Yes, hello my beautiful people. Welcome back to Kalwande TIV, the number one online trending TV. Tunakuletea uhondo, udaku na umbea popote mlipo. So today guys, let us discuss something in concern with this maandamano ya kesho, and I can't wait to call a brother of mine who is just expertise in politics and still bado hajapata cheo, lakini inshallah atakuwa mahali pema. Wacha tumpigie atuambie story kidogo kuhusiana na hii mambo ya kesho na tuweze kujua mambo itakuwa vipi. Wacha nimpigie na mcall live. Wacha tusikie atashika ama kijana ako na kiburi. Ashiki bana. Kijana ako busy. Shughuli hapa na pale. Hey. Kwani huku nje mambo ishachemka, watu washiki simu za watu. Ama nimepiga wrong number. The guy is very busy, lakini walisemanga mtafutaji achoki. Akichoka amepata. Wacha tupige tena. Maybe hii ndio bahati yetu. Let's call for the second time. Akishika tuko na bahati. Akitulenga ni sawa. Wacha tuone which one. Yes, hello.
Hello.
Habari mheshimiwa.
Salama sana.
Uko salama?
Yeah.
Na this Kalwande TV.
Okay.
Na kutafuta upatikani, umeshinda aje?
No, I've been in a seminar right now, test seminar.
Yeah.
So sasa nilikuwa ninatoka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry for the disruption, but I would just like to have an air live interview with you right away.
Okay.
Na nimekuja abruptly. I'm very sorry on that.
Okay. No worries.
Okay. Wacha niweke ikue loudspeaker ndio wasikie.
Okay. Thank you.
Just a minute, don't worry. Simu pia ikuje. Yes, hello.
Hello.
So nilikuwa nauliza, according to hii story ya kesho ya maandamano, how do you see it as a leader? You can tell us, you can brief us.
Well, maandamano, there are several.
Unaweza anza tu na jina yako kwa wale wenye wakujui, but hopes I know watu wengi wanakujua.
Okay. Yeah. My name is Bruce Michael Bongo.
Okay.
And I'm in town, Kisumu, and I work as a financial advisor. And
Yes.
I'm also in Kisumu of People's Parliament. Exactly.
Okay.
So now, about these demonstrations that we are having,
Yeah.
we got our reasons, reasons as to why people are conversing in the streets right now.
Okay.
The Kenyan populace has been so much disenfranchised, and they have felt more like the government is taking a raw deal on them. And it's something that the Kenyan populace, for a long time, demonstrated that they are coming up for a distribution this time round. Because the reason as Kenyans are going to the streets today is because there is a soaring high living standards in Kenya, and the cost is really high. The livelihood of Kenyan people is really at a doomsday, because you'd come to realize that in all, we've got a punitive kind of finance bill that is now making this not just as an enactment, but more of a liability cost, because it's been enshrined as a law in the Kenyan in Kenya through the parliament. So as the Kenyan people, there is no way out. And the best of it all is for the people or the populace of the country to now take up their role and ensure that power belongs to them. I think that in due course, this is going to be a reality in the entire populace, because the preparation as it is right now in Kisumu, in Homa Bay, in Migori, in Siaya, and across the country, is that there is going to be a multiplication of mayhem. The head of state has indicated that there are some citizenry from the UDA allied zones who are going to come up in arms and combat those who are going to be on the streets lawfully picketing. This is now going to enshrine a new situation in the country, that we are going to have a byproduct of these demos in the name of ethnic balkanization.
Kama naweza kukata kidogo, umetaja Kisumu, Homa Bay as counties which are ready for the demonstration by tomorrow. What about if I may ask that juzi mheshimiwa William Samoei Ruto aliweza kuwa pale Homa Bay, na maybe inaweza kuwa amewamobilize akawaambia msitoke mwende maandamano, kitu kama hiyo, ama are you sure that they will be out by tomorrow? How sure are you?
Well, we saw all these doldrums day before Ruto went to Kanyipiri in Homa Bay County. This was a situation where we saw the once honored guy called Evans Kidero, the former Nairobi governor. This thing, actually ensuring that he's bespattering a lot of cash in thousands to the people of Homa Bay County and Kanyipiri, to be specific. It can only tell you that the people were convinced through luring by money, and that is the reason why at least they got some numbers, even though the mood was not with the hope.
So you are trying to say that without lowering the people with some cash, there would have not been enough number for welcoming the president?
Precisely, that is it, because this is someone who actually bought his way into Karachuonyo, and this is a kind of politics that has really brought us where we are. High hopes and everything, but you realize that the quorum was not even half of Oriwo Boys' pit area, which the occasion was. So it can tell you that even the cash that they dispersed there did not do them more good. And also the public reception of their message was really slam low.
Poor.
And to me, that was a great disadvantage to William Ruto plus the team.
Okay, Mr. Bruce, there's also a trending story right away that there was a trailer which was ferrying some goons and weapons from Uganda, and it was attacked or something to do with that at the border. Have you heard that story?
I was not sure about that when actually I was leaving for another meeting, and we was first quarter of the day. There is a consignment, a trailer consignment with arms, and they are super arms, which it means that they need a second degree of, they are used for a second degree of a criminal. Meaning that it's beyond the normal citizenry. And you realize that this ammunition consignment also had in it some kind of how do we call hand grenade and some very serious weapons which should be used on terrorism. I think that was bad, but we know easily how we got ourselves into such a situation. We just saw the Minister of State, Moses Kuria, alleging that there is a plot to kill someone tomorrow and have a burial on 29th of this month, July. And we castigated this as a loose talk. But William Ruto has just confirmed to us that this was not a loose talk by Moses Kuria, who once even predicted the death of Msano. And that's at the moment they are going to, Ruto said that at the moment they're not going to take it lying low on Raila Odinga. They also promised to arrest him. So we have seen this in the country. Moi Kibaki did the worst by consigning Armenian brothers to come and execute Raila Amolo Odinga.
Okay, but Mr. Bruce, what can you say on being that such a trailer, it was coming from Uganda? What can you say on the relation of Mr. Ruto and Mr. Yoweri?
Well, I think the other knowledge that I got on today's event is that the consignment, or rather the firearms that were caught in the trailer, were dubbed Morocco. They were dubbed Morocco inside. The vehicle parked rate was plated Uganda.
Yeah.
Now, we all are aware that on our first Friday on the civil disobedience, President William Ruto left for Comoros.
Yeah.
And you never know. He might have asked for ammunition, or rather tools of war, so that he can have a good arsenal with him to execute innocent civilians in the country. And I think that is the reason why it is coming at a backdrop where we've not even elapsed a fortnight, 14 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So could it be only the only one, or kama kulikuwa na zingine zimepita zikaingia ama zingine zilikuwa zinakuja nyuma?
Well, I can tell you that first, today's event did not happen as an accident.
Yeah.
It only tells you that there had been several consignments and several lorries and several trailers having such like ammunition for mass execution of innocent civilians. So I think that they had read a riot act by several policemen who at the moment are on a go slow, that this could be exposed when all these items are now in the country. So I think that the government decided that because they've received, let's say, even 100 trailers of firearms, and this could expose the government to the people, they've therefore decided to at least take the last one that exposed that some firearms were coming in the country. So and therefore, in case there is an execution of civilians, they would say that there are some rogues within the country who are trying to stage a coup or something.
So to mean kuna zingine zimeshaingia?
Exactly. Nyingi sana.
Okay.
Several. Because even right now, reports that Busia governor, Otuoma, is today involved in giving youth firearms to be able to combat the demonstrations tomorrow. This can only tell you that there are several firearms which are not registered and are going to be used to kill innocent civilians. Because you know that once a firearm, or rather a bullet, has not been registered in Kenya, if you kill someone, then it goes on record as robbery. It goes on record as robbery.
Yeah.
And that is the reason why they don't want to use the bullets,
the ones from Kenya,
procured by the government, the one by GOK, Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about this? What about this thing that Ruto said that Raila will be buried, such a thing, he will be killed, or kituka hiyo tu?
I think it's imaginable that someone can kill Raila Amolo Odinga. It's imaginable in this day and age. This is a politician who has gone through ages of political intimidation, from detention to arrest, from arrest to several other kind of bodily mutilation and everything, and we saw the worst being performed so far. And there's also been a hitman assigned to kill Raila Amolo Odinga, because we've been seeing the backlash of all his motorcades are always being targeted.
Yeah.
So the thing they must think about first, before you kill Raila Amolo Odinga, I would give an honorary to William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua.
Yes.
First, Gachagua is a silk slave, simply because he is having an intention of assuming to power, which is his right though. That's why even Ruto is a sales slave because he is intending to retain power in 2027.
Yeah.
And you cannot lead a country without the people.
Yeah.
The two must be together.
Yeah.
And when the people depart from you as a leader,
Yeah.
it should be a right time for you to think that you have to retract and engage them.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm saying this is that we've had several people, great leaders, the likes of Hitler, the likes of Amin Dada, and the likes of even Muammar Gaddafi, who simply went home simply because of retribution, not by a different country, but by the same people whom they enslaved, they impoverished, and the ones they denied rights.
Yeah.
So this same thing happened in Congo. Congo was the most optimistic nation in the year 1958. And they were chanting praises of independence Chacha at that time. But their celebration was short-lived. Immediately after the killing of Patrice Lumumba on the 17th of January, 1961.
Yeah.
And this is what made some parts of Congo, like Katamba, which is a great gold mine, to secede from Congo. Congo has been divided into several countries. We have Brazzaville and whatever, several of them.
Yeah.
And even amidst all that division, still, Congo has never been the same again. It's been the habit of war simply because of one mistake that was done on the 17th of January, 1961, when they killed Patrice Lumumba.
Okay.
We really took it lying low when Tom Mboya was killed. And we took it lying low because we knew that we had Jaramogi Oginga Odinga.
Exactly.
Right now we have Raila Amolo Odinga alone, the only sole person who is fighting for the redemption of Kenyans.
Okay, Mr. Bruce.
If you do away with Raila, it will be unbearable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if I may ask you the very last the very last question, what do you think Mr. Raila can do that Ruto is not doing to the county, that is leading to some misunderstanding and which now bring conflicts and tragedies in the country?
Well, I think that you see, Raila Amolo Odinga acted.
Yeah.
And William Samoei Ruto is supposed to react.
Yeah.
That is the law of balance. But you realize that Raila acted professionally. But Ruto is reacting now as someone without or with very little experience. Raila acted professionally by first ensuring that he gave a notice to William Ruto about his intention to hold demonstrations.
Yeah.
He gave Ruto his agendas. He engaged Ruto on the bipartisan talks. But Ruto made the talk toxic. And things escalated and he was given a long time to reform.
Yeah.
But they abused the kind of an olive branch that Raila Amolo Odinga extended to them.
Yeah.
And therefore, Raila Odinga had no other option because the cost of livelihood in Kenya has not come down. He said, let us move on. Let the people now explain all this to William Samoei Ruto. So I think in such a situation, I feel that Raila Odinga has acted very, very well in as far as that is concerned. But when you look at the rejoinder by William Ruto, you realize that there is a lot in the gaps. Because at the moment, you'll come to realize that there is the same person telling the Kenyan populace that he's going to organize for a public retribution on the same demos. And to me, I think that is really not called for at the moment, simply because as a head of state, someone who is entrusted to ensure that there is peace and peaceful coexistence, you'd realize that the same concomitants should go in as far as political scape is concerned. I feel that in a way, there is something called thinning of information also.
Yeah.
And I feel that for the president who got power, for the president who got advices,
Yeah.
I think to some extent he needed to be advised or controlled on his dissemination of information.
Yeah.
It's been toxic, and we feel that it has lowered the dignity of presidency, not only in Kenya, but at least across East Africa. It is very unfair, because the moment you decide to tell your citizens that when they go on a peaceful picketing, they are going to face injustice, some are going to be killed, and that other citizens are also going to arm themselves against the protesting Kenyans, it tells you that you are taking a country to anarchy, and that is not really called for at the moment. Raila has acted maturely, and Ruto, who should have reacted with a lot of sobriety, has acted childish.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bruce, for this successful exclusive.